And now, ladies and gentlemen of the old world, we're back in business with a showdown between the Greenskins, who shall be led by a Night Goblin War Boss. It's going to be Skarsnik 2.0 coming in with the Tormentor Sword as well as the Fermented Fungi, two of the stronger abilities in the game, at least in multiplayer. Today, my friends, we face off against King of the Dead, who shall be using, I believe, Kotep on his DJ booth. Quite scary indeed. Not OP against the Greenskins anymore, because pre-Greenskin DLC, he could actually basically just use his staff and make it so the Greenskins could never use their WA ability, which was very annoying. But of course, WA is now an army ability, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. Now, this is a bit of a meme build. I would say pretty much everything is good in this build with the exception of the Rogue Idol. However, a big however, the Rogue Idol certainly does pack some punch. So if he is able to get his paws on, let's say, some of the Tomb Scorpions or Khemerian War Sphinxes or even, hordes of infantry, he can really do well there for sure. But he's probably the memeier aspect here of this build, so we'll see how he does. But in the back, we're going to be going for double Doomdiver Catapult. And I figured he would be going for caskets because that's pretty much what wrecks me when I play Greenskins every time against Tomb Kings is the casket. So I was like, let's go double Doomdiver, see if we can actually snipe out the Casket of Souls and get some good damage there. So we have two of those, Orc Boar Boys, Spider Riders on each side, Goblins in the front, Stone Trolls in support. We do also have the Night Goblin War Boss and an Orc Shaman with Brainbust, Fist of Gork, and it looks like Ace of Mark as well. And of course the Rogue Idol. So yeah, it's an interesting build. I certainly wouldn't say it's like a proven build, but I certainly think it has some teeth if, the stars align. So for King's army, he's got Skeleton Horseman front line. It's going to be, I believe, Tomb Guard with Kepler Guard. He's got a Tomb Prince for anti-large, Casket of Souls here, and of course it wouldn't be King of the Dead without the Necropolis Knights with Halberds. Those guys, of course, anti-large, poison, could be pretty good against a Rogue Idol if they can surround it and isolate it, and a couple of Chariots as well, which can punch through my lines. However, I do have pretty good answers for the Chariots in the form of the Stone Trolls and the Orc Boar Boys, so we'll see how that goes. So Doomdiver Catapults are unleashing their salvos of fire. Casket has 440 range. I believe Doomdivers are about 400 on the head. Let's go and double check here. So yeah, it's 400. So I'll have to get a little bit closer to actually get in range. He'll be able to shoot me much quicker. But I believe the Doomdiver Catapults are scooting forward, and yes, they are. So, the problem with this is they're not shooting high-value assets at the moment. But of course, the Doomdiver Catapults will be able to pound a casket pretty efficiently. Maybe just one is needed, who knows? But we'll see if two can do the trick. And of course, shooting the Doomdivers against the Necropolis Knights with Halberds is also a very good choice. So King currently going to be coming around with his Horsemen and also his Chariot. Certainly has a lot of range pressure, and here comes the first Casket Blasts. Just getting so much value, man. Those piggies just getting worked on right there. Granted, they're just 600 gold Orc Boar Boys, so it's really not that bad. And now we have both Doomdivers online. So I'm really eager to show you guys the effectiveness of the Doomdiver here against the wild Kotep. It is Kotep, so he's a little bit tankier than a normal Doomdiver, I believe. I think he has a little bit more HP or something. I'd have to check that. In the back here, you can see the Doomdiver is hitting the pigs and as well, or not Doomdiver, but the Casket is hitting my pigs as well as my poor Doomdiver Catapult crews. But we are returning fire, and a little bit of damage has gone down on Kotep, which is certainly good. If I can kill Kotep, it's two birds with one stone, essentially. It's his caster, and it's also his artillery piece, which is causing me a lot of grief. And look at that, that's pretty good. Yeah, you can see Kotep certainly taking some damage, but it ain't for free, man, because I'm also taking quite a beating. It's a bit of a standoff. Both of us are thinking like, oh, who's going to make the first move? We're both eyeing each other, but that was actually a really good Casket of Souls narrows incantation right there because it basically nerfs all of my abilities. So I can't cast spells right now as he does approach, which means no Tormentor Sword, no Fermented Fungi on the approach. Certainly not the best for me. But this is a good engagement. Stone Trolls are going to be coming in and should be able to pound down those Skeleton Chariots before they do much damage. So that's a really good engagement for the Stone Trolls, especially if they can actually kill one of the skeleton models there. We do also intercept his Chariots here as well. So that's a pretty good 2-for-1 situation. We mitigated the Chariots, kept them from doing too much. And we do overextend a little bit though, but the Trolls should be able to pull back. Now over here I get a little bit hog wild. I send in the Spider Riders against Skeletons, but I don't pull them back quick enough. And the Necropolis Knights will come in, a very good sweeping move. And the Goblin Spider Rider Archers, or Spider Riders there, should get dunked on pretty bad. But we're still holding our position. We do also have the Rogue Idol who's getting its hands dirty here, stomping all over the Kepler Guard, and should do some good damage, honestly. That's what it's designed for. And here you can see that Kotep is down to half health, which is also quite good. So my plan is kind of working out. The Casket of Soul is getting very low, and here comes the flank engagement. Headcar Horseman charging in, but the Pigs and the Stone Trolls are here to intercept, and should have an okay engagement here. But now I'm kind of running out of things to defend my Doomdivers with. If we look, Goblins are pulling back here. The Rogue Idol stomping the yard, but it is being attacked by Tomb Prince as well. And the Stone Trolls now get a good engagement as well. We lock these guys down with Tormentor Sword. We have AP Boar Boys here with their cudgels. A Brainbuster going down to the Skeletons back there as well. But more importantly, the Stone Trolls are going to put some hurt on the Necropolis Knights. Hopefully, we'll find out here. But not if my pigs run, actually. That leaves them a little bit isolated. Now, the Rogue Idol here is definitely the weak link. It's a lot of gold, and it's just kind of slow and cumbersome, and I can't quite get it in a good engagement. Because I have an army that has to defend so much, and this Rogue Idol is having to like move around, and it's WAD right now, but it's not getting any of that value. And the Stone Trolls are peeling in the back, but my Doomdivers are maybe going to be taken offline here. Hard to say. And unfortunately, Kotep is still in functional shape. Now, the Atomic Clap is coming in, and he is doing good damage against what he can catch. Certainly has been wrecking the Kepra Guard and taking very little damage in return, but losing both Doom Divers here potentially is going to be pretty painful. Granted, the Night Goblin Warboss coming in with his, I believe, AP attacks. Yeah, he's got AP bonus for his infantry, which is kind of cool, but also does have poison. So he's able to get some good damage. We do Fermented Fungi the Prince, but does he Rampage? Yes, he does. And oh, the Atomic Clap coming, and look at the damage going! Is the Rogue Idol going to pull us back into this game after all the crap I've been talking about it? I think so. So we're clapping the cheeks of this Prince here, for sure. You can see Fermented Fungi putting his melee defense very low. Stone Trolls, unfortunately, a little bit beat up and also being attacked by anti-large characters. Losing those Stone Trolls would really, really suck quite bad. So Fermented Fungi is about to wear off, but unfortunately, we still were not able to get the damage we wanted on that Tomb Prince. And if he lives, that's a pretty big problem for me, but we'll see if we can clap him. You can see the Rogue Idol has very awkward attack animations. He's like stuck on like my big boss there on the ground. He can't like reach past them. And yeah, the Rogue Idol's like, you know what? I can't reach my target. I'm just going to punch some of your Stone Trolls and knock them over. Sounds good to me. Now, Balance of Power has pulled back a little bit. In the back line, some of my troops have rallied. You can see the Doom Diver Cruiser coming back. Goblins, Boar Boys, Spiders, all trying their best to bring down the Necropolis Knights. And the Tomb Prince does escape. I have no idea how that happened, but I'm not going to ask questions. Brain Buster going down. Does also bust the brains of these skeletons who do not have brains, but that's okay. I'm not going to really ask questions about Warhammer lore. And now the Rampage is right back at me, so I'm Rampage, but oh, the Atomic Clap once again. The Tomb Prince actually rampages the Night Goblin Warboss, which is pretty hilarious, but yeah, we're going to keep chasing. And it's still like, even though he has 498 HP, I could still lose like 1,000 HP in this fight. It's not going to be an easy one. He is faster, I think, 76 against my 82. No, Squig's a little bit quicker. Tormentor Sword active once again, and here comes the little goblin on his mighty Squig. It'd be so funny to see the Squig like eat these things. Oh my god. Tomb Prince down to 113, and down he goes. The mighty Warboss able to achieve victory here. Now, if you look at my army, I don't have much. I have the Rogue Idol, and that's it. No, I'm just kidding. I got the Rogue Idol here and some Stone Trolls. These Stone Trolls, unfortunately, are paying the Troll Toll themselves and being chased off, so I know right now, to get back in this game, which I feel like I'm a little bit behind, I gotta get my Night Goblin Warboss and get the Chariots off the Trolls. If I can peel them, the Trolls will come back, and that's gonna be huge, having 12 regenerating Trolls still being combat effective. These Stone Trolls are going to be running away because these are Skeleton Spearmen, and plus the Necropolis Knights were coming, and the Rogue Idol's coming for blood here. He's going to be waddling, but unfortunately being kited is his eternal fate. Unless you build an army like that is very blobby, I think the Rogue Idol's going to be a little bit tricky, but we do get the Stone Trolls away, so I'm just trying to get them to rally the Orc Shaman so they can at least fight together. And over here, it looks like we may be able to stop the Skeleton Chariots. We are getting some damage. The Squig is actually picking off a couple, and we do have to use a Fermented Fungi to rampage of those things, which does buy some time for the Stone Trolls to rally, which is quite huge, giving me a pretty decent chance here in this game. Yeah, and the Rogue Idol might as well just fight what it can catch, right? So it's going to be fighting these Skeleton Spearmen. It looks like an Ushapti Summon being used over here by King, which is a very, very good play. So he uses the Ushapti Summon, he breaks my Trolls with Casket plus Ushapti support, and I pretty much just have to let those guys go at this point. There's no way that the Night Goblin can win that fight. So Fermented Fungi a little bit wasted, but these Stone Trolls are moving to the back, going to be making their way after the Grand Hierophant Kotep, but yeah, going to be chased down by Nehekar Horsemen. Debuffed by the Lich Staff, not that it really does anything to them. And now they're going to be turning and fighting. Might be able to get some damage, but that is a lot of stopping power from the Tomb Kings. That is anti-large, that is armor piercing. It is very, very foul stuff indeed. So the Rogue Idol doing good at killing the infantry, and it is exceptional at that. If you're fighting like Tomb Guard troops like that, it really does some good damage. Brainbuster right there, splashing the Kepra Guard, doing a little bit of topical damage. And the Stone Trolls are still going. This is actually really big, and Necropolis Knights have actually pulled back, which means that the Stone Trolls might not break. I mean, they're good. They're certainly getting some big crumping here on the Chariots and some of these other, valuable assets here for the Tomb Kings. But, the Trolls do finally break, and now they're pretty much going to be out of the picture as they will get chased down. So I will do a little bit of fast forwarding here. Ushapti Summon is disappearing soon. We do also have the Orc Shaman, which is good. And, the Rogue Idol's still very healthy, guys. This Rogue Idol could maybe carry this game. I mean, that thing has a lot of HP. It has 9,000 HP here. This thing is meaty, and it is going to be great at squashing some of these guys. So here comes the Atomic Rogue Idol. Oh, yeah, baby. Give me that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Just clapping those guys into another dimension. Now we have the charge coming in from Necropolis Knights, who will be quite nasty here, as well as the Incantation of Desiccation, basically making his melee defense 0. But he's going to stomp. I'm targeting these guys, and I also have the Goblin in here, and I believe I have a Tormentor Sword. But more importantly, we have the Loonies. Now we have a couple Loonies left. The Arwar Fanatics, which means we still have the Fanatic Chains. Poor Orc Shaman in the back getting hunted down by the Skeleton Horsemen, I believe. Should be okay at holding. We do get a Fanatic Bomb right there, which does go through a lot of those guys. And didn't go quite where I wanted it to, but it still did some good damage. So Necropolis Knights did lose a model from the Rogue Idol. But the Rogue Idol, since we did last look, has lost about 800 HP, give or take. And the Night Goblin Warboss is helping. Tormentor's Sword could be decent. And the Night Goblin Warboss himself is really cool because he does also have the Fanatic Chains. So he can like release some Fanatics and do some really, really big damage here. So here comes the Rogue Idol. Oh, getting the big old Power Fist coming down right there. You can see squashing a couple of those guys. And a big Brain Bust as well on the King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion and Kep Regard. Is this going to be a holiday miracle as we come back here? I do Fermented Fungi, the Necropolis Knights, because I was tired of being cycle charged. And now the Rogue Idol's going to be fighting as the little Fanatics tear through the troops once again. As far as kills on this little Night Goblin, he's up to 80 kills, just about 79 it looks like. And here comes the backhand from the Rogue Idol. And guys, it looks like we're creeping back in the Bounce of Power. Insanely close game here as we do have the Orc Shaman. Still going strong, still brain busting. Going to be trying to save him with the Goblin because the Rogue Idol is much more independent here. I don't have to really babysit it as much. And now the Necropolis Knights are down to 9 models. Fermented Fungi, making them very squishy. Each attack, I'm trying to dedicate the Rogue Idol's attacks onto the Anti-Large because I know if the Necropolis Knights are dead, the game's 100% over. I just win, right? But if they're still kind of poke it away, and also the Rogue Idol is getting squishier. The more damage it takes, the squishier it gets. So it's down to 90 armor. I believe it can go all the way down to 60. The Orc Shaman is at 0 leadership, 7 leadership. It looks like the Skeleton Horsemen are crumbling back here in combat. And the Rogue Idol is going to be turning to go after the Necropolis Knights again, but it's getting a little bit stuck here. For some reason, I don't know, maybe I was trying to attack Concept or something. I can't quite remember, but I remembered him getting stuck. They have very, very awkward animations. So the backhand going after the Snake Knights does not kill any of those, down to 3,000 HP, and it looks like negative leadership, actually. 2 leadership, very, very close to breaking. I definitely need to get a character over here to give him encourage. And he is going to be rampaging, and now he's broken. So, you know, I feel like Rogue Idols shouldn't break. I feel like they should crumble. It's one of my biggest gripes with them. Considering how slow and clunky they are, that would be a really nice kind of gift to them, like to make them strong like vampire monsters. But the Rogue Idol does break. I fall behind in the Bounce of Power, guys, but you have to remember, like, the entire Tomb King's army is basically crumbling. We get our Orc Shaman back. I do have the Night Goblin Warboss who comes in for the clutch Tormentor Sword, which is going to be locking down these stakes here, allowing the Rogue Idol to probably rally. So the Rogue Idol does create some distance. King, of course, knows this and gets his Skeleton Horseman to run and try and save this bad boy. Orc Shaman going to be using the Gaze and Work there to blast some of these guys, and it does a little bit of damage. Actually takes out a model, which I can't complain about. Skeleton Horsemen chasing him down, but they are going to be crumbling. So now it's the Goblin facing off against the Necropolis Knights. Not a great fight for the little war boss, but he's trying, and now we have the Rogue Idol coming back, and suddenly it's the Goblin and the Rogue Idol with 2,000 HP. That is a very, very scary situation. Only 4 of these little Necropolis Knights. We're going to be kind of pulling back with the Goblin, trying to lure them to the Atomic Clap. There it goes, and now there's 1 Necropolis Knight, which is great for us. So the Necropolis Knights are down, there are some chariots. Bounce of Power is pretty darn even at this point. It's pretty much normalized here. The Rogue Idol's going to be coming in and clapping all over those chariots. He does take out 1 on the initial impact, and the Goblin is just being very, very cautious at this point. They break like it's nobody's business, and Concept going to be dropping, I think, a Sandstorm here. Or maybe for like a leadership penalty. I don't quite know if that was Concept. I think it was, but like we kill everything. So right now it looks like the game's pretty much over, right? I mean, it's going to be Concept versus Rogue Idol, who has 1,500 HP, which is going to be quite nasty. Kep Regard still have 14 models though, which is no joke, and the Orc Shaman is helping here, and the little Gobbo is going to be charging into the back of Kotep. 1 chariot still left, and the Clap coming down. Clapping once again. Kep Regard do have 10 models, 100 HP, still not crumbling down. The Rogue Idol's at 17 leadership. The little Goblin might break here, so I pull him back, but he breaks for some reason after taking no damage. And look at that, the Rogue Idol suddenly just goes to negative 23. Like, I have no idea why. And we lose the game. I couldn't believe it. The Rogue Idol had like 1,500 HP. I had a healthy-ish Lord. He had like 6 skeletons in Kotep left. And yeah, I think Rogue Idols need to get like a crumbling mechanic or something. It's just kind of silly. Like, that was so weird. I mean, I guess he only had 60 armor at that point because of how beat up he was, but I got to tell you guys, that was one of the only times where I couldn't believe it. Like, my jaw dropped. I was like, did I just lose that game even after that comeback? Like, man, it was insane. The Rogue Idol, like, it had 1,500 HP. It was insane. How did it break? I don't know, man. But well played to King. I have to say, he played a super scrappy game. Because, you know, it was back and forth. We almost got it there at the end, but I guess Kotep is pretty strong in melee. You know, that actually happened to me in, who was I playing? I was playing Exploding Hamster in a tournament, and he had like a Slan defeat Ark in the Black in combat. They're just weird things sometimes, man, and that was one of them. But yeah, the build was certainly suboptimal, if I have to just give a critical analysis of it. The Rogue Idol actually didn't do bad. I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe the Rogue Idol, if I just, like, cut the Doom Divers and get an aggressive army and move up on him, like, I don't know, cut the Doom Divers, get another Stone Troll, get like some more cab units. That actually could be a decent army, I guess. I don't know. The Rogue Idol did okay. I was kind of bummed with it in the beginning because it was trying to defend things like across, you know, the battlefield. But if I built around it, maybe it could be functional. Anyways, well, very well played to King. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Greenskin versus Tomb King game. That was one of the most insane games I've had in quite some time. It was actually on a stream like 2 weeks ago, so some of you guys may be having deja vu, but I figured it was worth its own cast. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this Greenskin versus Tomb King game, and we will see you guys on the other side. Take care.